Ready as ever, Bean.
Hello, everybody. Whoa, our screen's messed up. Oh, because Jupe's not back yet. All right. Well, dadgummit. We'll just continue. Because everybody's in the
So
wrong
happy.
spot. Um,
Push
sorry.
on.
One of our players was stuck in traffic, so she will be back in a few minutes. So we'll just have to deal with this. Sorry for the delay. We've been having some tech issues. We are trying a new video thing called Zoom, and it seems to be working so far so good. We're just waiting for our other player. So anyway, welcome to the Call to Adventure. I'm Rob Duke, the Dungeon Master. Each week I take three of my friends. That's not Stephanie up top. That's actually AC, who should belong at the bottom there. We got Nathan, and we have two guests who you can't see because the screens are not lined up. But we have author of Magician's Sen and game master to Heroes Incorporated, our very own Alexander Thomas.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited to be playing D&D with you guys tonight.
And we won't spoil your characters yet. And then our very own pun master, Daryl Mast, Godless Lawyer, will also be joining us, who is also off screen.
Oh, he's Godless Lawyer? That's awesome.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Oh.
Yeah, you guys are in for a rough night.
Yeah. And for those joining us in chat, to either reward or punish Godless Lawyer, we do have a rimshot emote, which is new to us this week. And I will fire that off real quick. And I really want to continue on until we have Stephanie back with us. So let's go ahead and, AC, go ahead and tell us who you're playing in this campaign.
Hi, so I am playing Buzak of Clan Boofkush. He is a bit of an out-of-shape Dragonborn paladin. He's got a secret mission he hasn't quite let out, and he's mostly eating away his issues right now and drinking them while going on adventures with his two new friends.
And
Buzak, I feel you, dude.
which deity does Buzak follow for his holy order?
Yeah.
You remember, do you?
I don't. That was one of those, like, we blitzed it in my. Remember, I keep saying this, right? Good thing it's beginner D&D. I'm really stuck as a beginner, making sure I get the mechanics down. That I feel like I've been slacking on my role play, you know. But DM, if you would mind correcting me right now.
Sure. He believes in the goddess of joy and revelry.
There we go.
Yeah, her name is Lyra.
See, I remember it was Goddess of Joy, but I don't remember her name. Lyra. Gotta write this down.
Check Discord.
Yeah, I see it.
Cool.
And while I'm doing this, Nathan,
I got it, Rob.
Okay. If you can tell us who you're playing.
Maybe.
Yes.
Okay. I'm Nathan, and I play Scrawler, a Kenku monk who follows the way of the long death. And he is an ex-criminal who joined the monks as a way of trying to redeem himself for his past crimes, and left the monastery at the recommendation of his master to continue on his path to redemption, and has shacked up with Boozer, who he thoroughly regrets meeting every day, and Jeep's character, who she'll introduce when she gets here. And last week, Scrawler had a very good day beating up some orcs may have kicked one in the balls. And his signature catchphrase is, of course, "Stupid."
Nice. Now, are you finding anything difficult for 5th edition, or?
I think, based on how things went last week, I think I've got the hang of it. So I should be running nice and smoothly.
Right. I know that Stephanie's trying to get back into the call.
Maybe you have to invite her again.
I'm trying to move over to where I can be seen, but I'm kind of half in the picture.
Just do it in the group chat where she needs to be, not in Discord. So sorry for all the mishaps this week. We've had quite the time. I updated the streaming PC to Windows 10 and did not know it was going to cause so much havoc with Discord. I'm just messaging her. So everybody's brand new to Zoom, so we're trying to figure out all the basic stuff. It's so much easier to say than type. So Alan, AC, what's your favorite part about 5th edition so far?
Well, I'm like I like anything that lets me that it doesn't feel too tasking to like get the terminology down. It feels really like accessible, and I know sometimes that might like I don't know I come more from a video game background, and sometimes accessible people are like, oh, that means it's easy, but like I just like the feeling that initial fear of getting into Dungeons and Dragons was that like I didn't want to look like a noob or idiot. But right now with 5th edition, I haven't really felt that. I don't know how much of that comes down to like D&D and Beyond and Roll20 working so well. But so I appreciate that, few sessions in, and I kind of like I got the hang of it going. So I'd say that's definitely my favorite part.
Ignore that alert. That was just for her. Yeah, D&D Beyond definitely does help. A lot of information there, especially when you have a GM who shares all the stuff that you need.
There's a sale at D&D Beyond right now too.
There is. Facebook 20 gives you 20% off any book. I was going to tell you about that, Alex, in case you want a Curse of Strahd.
That's a good idea. I do need to buy a Curse of Strahd.
It's
for
listed for
Roll20.
$24.99 for the whole book. And then
Rivals 19 works as well. And I think it works for some different books.
Oh, there she is. Oh, I gotta reset all these again. Okay, hold on.
We have a staff.
Let me do this. This will be easy. I have 2 Alexes.
I guess I could be Alexander if you need me to be.
Here and boom. Easy peasy. Everybody in the right box now? Yep. Alright, so finally, let's get started. Thank you guys for your patience. Appreciate it. Alright. Oops. That's not good. Why is this? Oh, please. There we go.
That's better.
One more thing to fix. It needs to be the dice roller.
Oh, I thought you were a guard. You take whichever spell you want. I choose Salad.
There. All right. Now let's get started, everybody. So
Can you hear
excited
me?
for this. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, good. All right.
and everything in your room. Just FYI. Oh, I have two Alexes again. Oh, hold on. Let's fix
It's a
that.
popular name.
Let me just do this.
It's just an idea weapon, Carl. Oh, well.
Delete, and then hold on one second. We'll have our stuff together next week for sure.
New program, new kinks.
But it's running super better. I can tell. Can you guys tell?
I could tell.
All right, now to the adventure. Let's see, Buzak, Scrawler, Mia, and then our two guests. Almost said your names.
My name is Guest.
All right, so let's set the mood here. You guys, the party faced off with some orcs last week, with the help of Lapadia, who did take off when you guys broke off for camp. I will say that you did not get too far into the woods, kind of keeping to the road because it's hard to get Vincent and that cart back there. So you're probably there. It's kind of near where Connieberry was, the ruined town. Let's see. So you got your full night's rest. So you're back to full hit points. All your spell slots are returned. Any special feature that you have. Of course, that Mia is a wood elf, so she only takes 4 hours of meditation. Now, during that, just towards the end of your 4 hours, Mia, you get a vision. And you've had visions of terrible things to come before. This one's no different. You're walking through Phandalin, and it's just a normal day, but then it starts to get really cold, like extremely cold. You can see your breath. Let's play some music here for you. But then things change. You turn the corner. You turn around, and the guy, the inn master, is frozen in a block of ice. You turn around again, and Barthen's provisions. Barthen is completely frozen in ice. And as you turn quicker and quicker, you're seeing more and more of the townsfolk just encased with ice. There's ice everywhere. The buildings are iced over. And then you see Buzak and Scrawler, all both encased in ice. And then you wake up.
Ugh. Right, I try to shake it off, obviously, and try to tell myself it was just a really bad dream.
And as you wake up, the campfire is it's burning out now. But around you, through the forest, you're seeing these blue, like entities, just kind of drifting through the forest towards the ruins.
Right, I throw another log on the fire
Mm-hmm.
just to keep it going, and I sneak through the woods to follow them and check it out.
Okay. And what you're seeing are ghosts. And they're just kind of drifting to the ruins. And kind of stopping buildings. Because it's still nighttime.
Yeah.
But as you come to the end of the forest, back to the ruins, something else catches your eye. You see some cloaked figures carrying torches, or would it be hooded lanterns?
You probably need a torch for my
Okay.
She needs a
my
torch.
No, no,
companion.
no, no.
Night vision.
Not you. Not you. You're seeing two figures cloaked holding torches.
Well, one of them
Ah.
would be bathed in a greenish kind of light.
Yeah,
From a
and
light.
if you could describe what she's seeing.
Super strong guy.
All right.
So one of the characters is a shorter, skinnier man in a dark black robe. As he comes closer, you see that he is hideously ugly. His face looks like a cross between a toad and a melted candle. And he has a milky, glassy eye on one side. And he seems to be very very annoyed by his companion and something that he's saying.
Listen.
And he is joined by a very large and burly half-orc with protruding tusks and two spectacles that have been broken off in the middle and taped together with the golden bar that just extends it to fit his massive head. And he's wearing a set of looks like metal armor, carrying a shield, and there's a spear that he's using as a walking stick, and he appears to be in some sort of spirited conversation with the small man beside him.
So
I do not have a torch because I can see in the dark.
And
Are you ready?
the smallish man turns to the larger half orc and says, "I don't care what you teach them. Just keep them away from me. Do whatever makes you feel better, Daedalus."
You don't understand. When they're little, that's the best time to infuse them with knowledge. They have so much potential, and there are so many things for them to learn.
Oh, potential. Potential's a lie, Daedalus. Everything goes to rot eventually. Children just slower.
You're just a grumpy Gus.
Yeah.
Children are our future.
Child.
Hey, I can't allow have one.
So how do you react to this, Mia?
I don't know what to think so far. I'm just trying to get closer to get a better look at them. Just trying to creep.
We'll make
Let
a-
me ask you this,
stealth
Mullen.
roll.
Would you prefer if they were not educated and they were just running around like barbarians?
Oh, we're only hastening the inevitable. All I care is that they stay away from me and let me keep to my studies.
What do you think? And I'll sort of gesture to the rat that he's got with him.
Now what?
So there is a. It's not a large rat. It's just. He's kind of skinny. You said. Like he hasn't eaten in a while. Or,
Like an emaciated,
Yeah.
mottled rat comes out of the short man's robes and perches on his shoulder and seems to whisper something in his ears. Says, Mercer agrees with me.
You only say that because I don't understand what he says.
It's convenient, isn't it?
I know that Mercer possesses a keen intellect. I have seen it.
Oh, he's certainly a sharp wit. Sharper than you. Better conversationalist, too.
Ah,
Mia, as you
Alright.
approach them, make a stealth check for me, please.
Ugh.
16. And your passive perceptions.
mine is a 13.
Okay.
Mullins is at 21.
Okay. Mullen, something catches your eye on the other side of a ruined wall. Like it's kind of waist high for you, but you catch some movement.
What's over there? Is that a child already? Are you trying to foist one on me?
I wouldn't foist them upon you. You're such a particular taste, Mullen, and I'm going to sort of put myself between Mullen and the aggressor.
Okay.
If you're out there, I need you to understand that Ogma will protect us.
All right, I step out into the open, but I have my bow drawn. Who are you? What are you doing here?
Well, I am Brother Daedalus, and this is my companion Melancholy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Holly, 2 words.
We are on a sacred mission from Ogma to ascertain the mysteries of this area and acquire what knowledge we can. Why are you here? Who are you?
I'm Mia, and we're just resting because we're going somewhere.
Where are you going, Mia?
Don't trust you enough to tell you yet.
And when you say we, do you mean like the royal we, or do you mean there are more of you about?
Let's just say the royal league right now.
Well, then I think she has companions.
Oh, you divined that, did you?
Mm,
Mia, is it? Hmm.
Yes.
Well, I suppose you're small if aggressive. You could probably put that bow away, though. We mean you no harm.
All right. So I put the bow away. Stick the quiver back in the arrow back in the quiver.
Death will come for you eventually, but probably not today.
Well, then I told you to quit greeting people that way.
Oh, give me a break.
Well,
Because it's Mia, do you get it?
Oh, perceptive and sharp wit as always, and I'll pat him on the back with my big meaty paw.
Mercer almost falls off his shoulder, but then squeezes back in under his robes.
all right. All right. You guys are interesting.
That is the kindest thing that anyone could say to anyone else.
Yes. Yes.
You are interesting as well, young Mia.
Okay. All right.
Adjectives,
Let's
distance, they're meaningless.
Oh, what do you have against adjectives?
No, don't get me started.
Well, it is getting towards morning. Which direction are you guys heading in?
Well, we are heading for some shrine in this area. The shrine of, oh, I don't remember. A shrine of something or another. There's said to be great knowledge there.
DM, how
Yes.
well would Mia know these woods?
You probably played in this area before. There is a shrine nearby. Make a history check. Okay, so kind
Wrong
of
start.
where you guys you're on the road right here,
Okay.
and the shrine is about right here, down south a little, and your camp is like there.
I keep eating like.
Alright, I look at the two in front of me. And I contemplate my options. There is something that might be a shrine in to the south of here.
Perfect. I told you it was South Mullen. You didn't believe me.
Yes. Daedalus had us quite lost as usual for somebody who purports to be a priest of the god of knowledge.
I never get lost. I merely follow where my curiosity leads.
Yes. Pointless
Yes.
endeavors, hopefully.
Are you guys okay to go on your own, or should I go rouse the others?
I told you there were others.
Yeah, you already guessed it.
Well, we would welcome the company if you would like to come and solve this mystery with us. There is no sense in sharing this knowledge just for myself.
Is there treasure?
Oh, probably, but knowledge is the real treasure, isn't it?
Well, Scrawler would probably want treasure, so you guys wait here and I'll go get the others. And I disappear into the bushes and go back to camp.
Okay.
Look
Daedalus,
at that, Mullen. We made a friend.
This time, Buzak and Scroller, you're stirring from the camp, and you notice Mia is not there. Her bedroll is, but she's gone.
Mia, Mia! Gone!
I'm gonna mute that.
I'm just gonna scratch myself and let off one very powerful fart before waking up. And I'm turning to my side. But there's life there.
The boozy woozy bugle boy from Company B.
Scrawler just rolls his eyes, gets up, and kind of grabs his sickle and kind of looks around. Mia, where?
What is it, Scrawler? I
Mia.
told you. Yes, Mia. What about Mia?
Gone.
To like, gone where? Maybe she's just using the bathroom. Oh, come on, I'm trying to get some sleep. Wait, do you think she's like really gone? Like
No.
great. Okay. You have me. I'm up. I'm awake. So I'm like sitting up, grabbing my stuff. I'm gonna grab my axe this time.
Scrawler kind of like waddles over to Mia's bedroll just to check if she's left her stuff behind or if she's completely just packed up and abandoned them, which would not surprise him if she had.
You're still muted, Mia.
I said the backpack should still be there.
Okay. But her bow and quivers they're gone.
Scrawler kind of tilts his head.
I think I know where Mia's doing. She's
What?
getting some early breakfast for us.
Getting some early breakfast for us. Stupid. Stupid dragon.
Right? Well, if you have a better idea, go for it.
Now, at this time, Mia, you arrive at the camp.
Yeah, back.
You're up. So I ran into a couple travelers, and they said that they're going to some shrine and there might be treasure.
Shrine, treasure,
What do you guys think?
Strangers.
treasure.
Strangers.
One of them is nice.
How about the other one?
Weird. But we're not really one to compare to weird people.
Booze. Treasure. Go.
Alright, fine. So far, every time we've grouped up with random strangers, they have been safe. So I'll trust your judgment.
Okay.
All right,
Let's
so
see what kind of treasure they have.
she leads you south back to the road. Do you leave Vincent and the cart behind with the camp?
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
I think we can leave it. So I'm gonna ask that.
Secluded here.
All right, so it doesn't take you long to get back to the ruins. As you approach, you're following Mia. You actually see two figures waiting patiently. Well, maybe one waiting patiently, the other one probably not so much.
Writing furiously in a journal.
Okay. Hello, we're back.
Hello, Mia and Mia's compatriots.
Yeah, this
I am
is,
Brother Daedalus. This is my friend Melancholy.
Friends a stretch.
Scrawler.
Buzak of Clan Boofkush. I believe you
Very
met
nice.
Mia.
Yes, Mia is most inquisitive. Sharp mind on that one.
She mentioned strangers, one friendly, one not so friendly. I'm gonna look at the creepier one, assuming he's the not so friendly one.
So Mullen doesn't even look up from his journal and says, "I told you you need to make a better impression on people, Daedalus."
Right.
Oh, I keep trying. I'm just not very charismatic.
Oh, you want to be out?
Treasure?
Yes, treasure. We get made mention of the shrine that my companion and I are looking for. Is a
The diamond.
was once a great shrine south of here where there was treasure, they said, that was hidden in plain sight, and I aim to solve that mystery.
Treasure in plain sight.
Sounds like a trap to me.
Well, if
Read
legend
this
is to
good.
believe, the barbarians who came looking for it never found it.
Definitely a trap then.
Well, if it proves being better than barbarians, I'm up for it.
Nothing that's worth anything is ever easy to get.
And I'd like to think we're more intelligent than barbarians, so maybe it's not just a trap, maybe it's just they couldn't find it because they were barbarians, and they're simple folk.
Simple folk. And the Scrawler looks at Buzak and points. Stupid.
Yeah, Scrawler, you're right. I don't think he knows much of what he's saying. But I trust him. It's the glasses.
They do seem to portray a sense of erudition, don't they?
Scrawler
Yes.
just drops his arm and go.
Right this way, and I'll sort of like push Mia to lead the way because she knows where we're going.
All right.
Yep.
I'm going to put my hand on Scrawler's shoulder and when he drops his arms to assure him, don't worry, buddy, we'll get your treasure.
Buzak, go ahead and make a history roll for me. I'm going to see if you know anything about this shrine as we move that direction. You guys would be at the north of the map.
Got a 13.
You've vaguely heard stories about Carnaberry. There was a shrine of Savras,
Okay.
which is the god of divination and fate. The tale goes, unless you wanted to say it, Daedalus.
Oh, I said as much as I think Brother
Okay,
Daedalus knows.
Sure. The seers saw an attack of barbarians, and they had the people of the town flee. The ones who didn't flee brought all the gold to the temple, and the seers they hid it in plain sight. Is what the tale says. But the barbarians finally showed up, sacked the town, and killed who was left, including the seers.
Alright, so when I get a good look at the place. You said barbarians, yes?
Yes.
I didn't think these. Oh, I was just like starting to like relay that information to the
Okay.
group, but
Yes, barbarians indeed. Well, but I mean, this was aeons ago. I don't know exactly when the barbarians arrived, but this is a ruin. There should be no barbarians here.
So I think they arrived about 5 minutes ago.
Oh, Mullen, you're just being your characteristically pessimistic self.
no, I've heard the tales. If we're here, barbarians here brought a lot of pain to this place. I know I've said this before, but I think this is one treasure we should leave alone, Scrawler. I don't think we need this treasure.
I'll kind of put a hand on Buzak's shoulder and I'll be like, my friend, if these barbarians brought much pain to people, I think we have a right to bring much pain to them.
Oh, it's not the barbarians I'm worried about. It's the aftermath of the pain they left, my friend. We should
Well,
reconsider.
I am well versed in, places that are haunted by pain. We can definitely solve this mystery together. Come.
I'm looking at Scrawler. It's usually silly, but this time I mean it. I'm like, this place is bad news.
Try it again.
Scroller kind of looks at him and just shakes his head. No. Treasure.
Okay.
And then Scroller kind of does a little sort of flurry of kicks. No problem.
Your fine feathered friend here knows what's up.
I'm looking at Mia, the forever voice of reason.
Well, we've already brought them here, so why don't we just, help them out, and then maybe they'll help us out.
Scroller kind of wanders over and picks up Raisin, and then puts on his starts mimicking Eustace again.
Let's hope
Come here, buddy.
Oh,
You can see that Rat Mercer is eyeing him hungrily. Mullen reaches down to control his rat, and he looks at me and says, "You know what you get when you cross a hungry rat with a cute little bunny? Just
Raisin.
a rat."
yeah.
Just
Out
a
of
note
terror,
that
out of
Raisin
sheer
is a big-
terror, and not even for the command that you usually offer Raisin for your daily aid. Your hand is full of good berries. 10 of them.
Scroller kind of like looks at Mercer and sticks his tongue out, and then pockets the good berries.
And
He's
so
called
those-
Raisin because that's what he is.
Yeah, you watch as you assume it's a familiar, just pooped good berries into the Kinku's hand.
That is fascinating and disgusting.
I've seen more disgusting.
And then Scroller passes Raisin to Mia.
Okay. As you approach, you see a ruin standing in the middle of a vast field north of the rocky foothills of the Sword Mountains. An old stone temple with a belfry jutting from its peaked roof is enclosed by stone walls, many sections which have collapsed. The trail ends at a crumbling gatehouse, the doors to which were sundered long ago. 3 of the 4 towers that once stood at the corners of the outer walls have collapsed, and only the northeast tower remains, and a guard stands on top.
What's our light situation?
The sun's coming up. You can actually see light coming from the crumbled walls. Looks like a campfire, large campfires.
Hear me out, group. I think maybe we should send young Mia here ahead to ascertain exactly what the situation is in the shrine.
Yes, send the child.
Oh, if you're worried, young child, don't worry. Ogma will guide you. And I'm going to sort of put a hand on Mia's shoulder, and I'd sort of whisper into her ear, and she gets this knowledge about how to be better at sneaking, and I cast guidance upon her.
Okay. If you can link that in chat.
Yes, I can. You want me to just cast the spell off my sheet?
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. It's a cantrip, so.
All right, so Mia, when you sneak, you can roll a d4 and add it to the number you rolled to that check.
Okay.
Or
So should I do
stealth.
that first or move first?
Well, you're going to stealth in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and roll stealth.
Hang on.
So Mullen is going to point out that there appears to be a break in the wall, and it might be a stealthier means of entry. If you don't want to get killed today, that is.
And
Look
it's
at you,
Mom.
Mullen. You're thinking about the future. I love it. I'm going to punch him on the shoulder.
Now, the guard is up on this tower. Just FYI.
So I stick close to the rubble,
Mm-hmm.
and I sneak around, and I come to here, and I peek around the corner.
Okay. Let me just check their passive perception. I don't think. Did you roll stealth?
Mm-mm.
All right, let me check.
Add
So
that D4.
All right, 12 total.
All right.
My first act as a guest on the show is to get a child murdered.
You stole my
Okay.
thunder.
They don't see you, but what you do see is a campfire. There are some orcs just kind of hanging out. You see one in view, but you hear another one.
Do I look over my shoulder and I do one of these?
Oh. Yeah. The cow will be a police officer.
Well, nods and kind of like gets behind it, sticking close to the wall.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow my usual buddies and be right behind them if I can.
Right volume here.
And I whisper, I see one, but I think there might be more.
Well, guys, if you want to rush out there and attack them, I think I could be of some assistance.
You wanna go first?
I'm more than happy to go first if you would prefer, but let me do this first, and I'll sort of grab I'll grab my holy symbol and I'll whisper something to myself. And this bluish green, almost like heads-up display, appears in front of Buzak and Squaller and Mia's faces, and I'm going to cast Bless on them. And for the next 10 turns, you guys will get to add a D4 to all of your ability checks.
You said you chose Buzak, Stroller, and Mia?
Yep,
Okay.
I know Mullen is capable.
Scroller tilts his head in confusion at the weird green light in front of his face.
Don't worry, Ogma will give you guidance through this display.
Display. Scroller kind of mimics and shakes his head, trying to and then waves his hand in his face, trying to get rid of the green light.
I'm feeling ready though, so I think I'm about to run in there.
Okay.
I'm right behind you.
Scholar
For you.
turns to look at Raisin and says, "Raisin, stay."
So
So-
traveling through this rubble is like regular spaces, right?
It's difficult terrain on these four here. So difficult terrain for you three
You
means
want an
that
apple?
you have. So if you move here, 5, 10, and then it's 15, 20, 25, and then 30.
Buzak, do you want to try to sneak to the edge of it before we charge?
Yeah, let's do that. This rubble.
I'm not great at it, but we can give it a shot.
Scroller then kind of pats Buzak on the shoulder and shakes his head.
Well,
Ching, 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 ching. And then, kind of pats his chest.
But then you remember, Scroller, that he's wearing mithril,
Oh, yeah.
so he no longer gets disadvantage to his stealth rolls.
yeah.
Oh shoot! Oh wait, no, I have medium armor. Do I have disadvantage from scale mail?
Yes.
Yeah, let's try a little stealth.
So Mullen is very, very sneaky today. The 22.
I'm very disappointed because I rolled a natural
Oh,
20
no.
on my stealth check, but that
I
was
saw
the
that.
first one. We'll have to roll a second one for.
Yeah. Oh,
Scroller will go in as well because he actually is stealthy. Case in point.
so what's the marching order? Like, who's going in first?
I think Buzak and I were probably going together.
Yeah,
Could fit in there, and we're kind of the.
big guys.
I would say Buzak gets here,
Cool.
and you get here before you trip on a boulder and you knock some rocks around. And now we're gonna roll initiative, and I want to remember
Mullen
this
sort of hang
this
back
graphic now.
to the rocks.
Let me change the music on this screen. Turn it down a little before I blast you guys with it. All right, so it's time. Roll initiative.
Initiative. Let's do this. Command.
Oh, that's really loud. Get an echo. All right.
I've gotten so used to our battle music. Like, if it today was the first time that like it playing, I was like, "Uh-oh, it's go time." But like, it felt like instinct. You know,
Right.
that's really good.
Let's see, Buzak, you rolled 11. And Scrawler. 20. That's their stealth. Scroll down. 14. Mia. 12. Daedalus. 8. And Mullen. 13. And what did these orcs roll?
So I don't think I'm allowed to roll for Mercer. So
I think he just goes on your turn. Scrawler,
the
what
familiar
is
supposed
your...
to roll their own initiative?
Do they?
Yeah.
For this beginner game, I've been having Raise and go with Mia. So
Sure.
he can just go with you.
It's just the rules explanation for the familiar acting on its own turn is so that it can't automatically act in concert with the mage, so that you can't get free touch attacks.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if you want to roll for Mercer,
So, sure, I'll
Raisin doesn't do anything except for...
I don't think it matters because I'm not going to do that, but that's what I understand the rule exists for, so that people know.
Did you need me to do something, Duke? Because you kind of, like, started saying something and
No.
then
I was just... The orcs go after you.
Okay.
There should be a button for Mercer. This is initiative. Roll dice. Up by...
Here?
In the
Oh,
middle
yes.
of the sheet.
You're right. Found it.
15. All right. So Mercer goes first. Scrawler, the orcs, Mullen, Buzak. No, wait, not Buzak. Mia, Buzak, and then Daedalus. All right. So what's Mercer doing?
So Mercer eyes Raisin very closely, and then Mullen goes, "Mercer, leave that alone and get over here." And he moves beside his boss.
Okay. And now it is... Who is it? Scrawler.
Crawler.
So you said that the rubble is difficult terrain, right?
Yes.
Would I be able to... I'm trying to think, because, funny enough,
If you spend a
Scroller
key
is-
point, you can parkour, do that little flight thing you do.
Oh yeah, that's the. I'm just. God, I need to, because the list of like key abilities is so long. I need to like revisit all the time. But where is it? Step of the Wind. That's the one. Yeah, I'm gonna use a key point to use Step of the Wind to get over this rubble.
Sure.
So, and then get to this orc here. And I still have my attack, right?
Is that as a bonus action you can do that?
Step of the Wind. Yeah, it's bonus action.
Okay, yeah, you have your action still.
Yeah, sweet. And Scrawler's going to swing his sickle at the first orc. Let's see how he does. Yeah.
Don't forget, you get to add a D4.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. D4, let's go. Yeah, I'll add that to the attack check.
So you
15.
connect with the sickle.
Sweet, 5 damage.
All right.
And that's all I can do. No flurry of blows today. Can't do it.
Yeah. Anyway. The orc's turn. He is going to take his great axe at you.
That's a miss.
All right. This guy is going to run up also here. No, he's going to roll here and take a swing at you with his great axe.
That's a hit.
7 slashing damage.
Damn. That hurts. Scroller kind of squeak as a pained caw as the axe connects. Stupid! God!
Let's see, works. Now it's Mullen's turn.
So is it Mullen's turn?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So Mullen kind of groans and says, "Oh, I hope the Kenku doesn't die. I had to inform one once. The feathers all come off. You have to stitch them on each by each. It's tedious." And he points at the orc in front of Scrawler and says, "Luckily, the hand of death is upon the orc today." And he'll cast Chill Touch on the orc.
Okay.
If I can pull up my character sheet in time to do that.
You're fine.
Where are my spells here?
So make a ranged spell attack. On your I put it on the front on your attacks, so you can just make a ranged spell attack that way. Sorry.
So sorry, where are the attacks located? Apologies, I'm not used to dealing with this. There we go.
Okay. Wow, that hits. Yeah. And you do
Nice.
8 necrotic damage. And this was the one who. This one, or this one?
This,
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to get the tracker up for you guys.
Yep.
So while I'm doing this, I want to thank our sponsors, Roll20, for the Roll20 Spotlight. Didn't do that earlier because we were frazzled for the tech issues. Let's see, that's Mullen. You got a 13. And turn. Oops. Mercer had 15. Who am I missing? Is that everybody? No. I'm missing Brother Nameless.
I'll just go last. That's fine.
And that was 8. Mia.
Ogma is just ensuring I make an informed decision.
How do I? All right, so next, Scrawler, Mullen. It's Mia's turn. Yeah, that works.
How tall is this wall?
Oh, it's very tall.
It is okay.
Yeah.
What?
Let me upgrade it up.
Alright, I come through the rubble to about here,
We spawn right
and I
there.
want to use one of my daggers as a throwing knife.
If I said bro, spawn.
So that's
Okay.
this guy. Is there a special one I choose for that, or
For throwing your dagger?
Alright,
yeah?
we have to look. Alright. Actually, I'm not.
I don't know if I added that as a range attack. If it's just, let's see.
Have that.
So I'm gonna quickly fix it for you.
Hey,
No, actually, the second one's ranged.
The second one is ranged.
The first one's.
hello and welcome,
Yeah.
soldier. You are no more.
Whoa!
Nice.
That's what no more. If you quit
Oh.
more, you won't.
Yes.
All right.
I
So
got
you
one.
did 9 damage. Can you select the one? Sorry, that you were attacking. The one on the right. He goes down. Buzak.
I'm gonna come down here and axe this guy in the face.
This song pops.
Right? Oh,
Oh, yeah.
You are
That hits.
axing
and we're gonna
West-
let me do that roll D4, right?
Yeah.
You don't really need to.
They don't really need to. You hit.
That's it.
Oh, but something inside of me needs to know how much
Okay,
damage.
that's
I
fine.
No, I'm kidding.
That
I'm
is
gonna
fine.
roll it. Yes.
Hey, Dave here. How you doing? All right. Well, you know what? Killed him.
And I beheaded him, and that head fell right on top of you, Scrawler. It wasn't bad.
But you're still in initiative order. So, Brother Dalis, what would you like to do?
Oh, you children are just doing such a fabulous job. I guess I'll give Scrawler a Cure Wounds at level 1. Since he's hurting.
Okay.
And I will cast Cure Wounds.
And on your attack screen, I put that on there, so it rolls the dice for you.
Oh, on my attack screen. Cool.
Yeah.
Coolio.
There you go.
Roll 20, so cool. You heal 11 hit points, Scrawler.
Oh, hell yeah. Scroller watches as the wound in his shoulder kind of just knits back together. And
You really should be more careful with Orc Great Axes around.
Yes.
Scrawler was feeling himself from the last session. Are we still in combat with
Yes.
or-
It's Mercer's turn.
the? Okay.
All right, then, rat. On you get. Mercer will move to here,
Okay.
but he is a small creature, so he does not, or tiny creature, I think, so he doesn't actually occupy that space.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I can probably make him smaller if you'd like.
But then we wouldn't get to see his ratty goodness.
Oh yeah, that's true. It's kind of terrifying.
And if there's anything I know about Rat Mercer, is he is everywhere.
All right, Scrawler.
Not to be critical.
Oh no, it started.
Oh, make sure you remember your roll.
Scroller kind of wipes the blood off of his robe. He really needs to get a new one. And moves to 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Here. And kind of looks over at the other camp and points and like holds up two fingers to show to Mia and the others, so they know how many he can see.
All
And
right.
I'll stop there.
Mia, may I offer a suggestion? I'll sort of look back to her.
All right.
I tilt my head.
Do you think you could keep an eye on that tower, and if that orc up there pokes his head out, you could shoot him in the face? Just whenever you know, get to your turn, so to speak.
All right. Mullen's turn.
So-
Isn't it still my turn?
Oh wait, did I?
No, it's not Mia's turn. I was.
He was making conversation.
He was just adding some color
Yeah.
so that Mullen can suck it right out. So
Yeah, I
Mullen,
have the turn order up now.
Mullen looks a little put out to be crossing the rough terrain, but he makes his way down, and he says, "Well, I suppose I'd rather not get killed today myself either." And he pulls out his glass eye, breathes on it, and pops it back in, and a green shimmer kind of comes around him, and he'll cast Mage Armor.
Okay. Awesome.
That just raises his armor class by 3.
Okay.
And I don't know if I have to actually cast that or if I can cast that, but
No, you just add 3 to your armor class. So someone, so you'll remember. Okay. It's actually the orc's turn. They can move 30 feet. 1, 2, 3. Alright, and that's their. Well, this one is going to take its javelin out and throw it at Mia. Looks like it's out of its range, so I'll roll at disadvantage. Does a 10 hit your armor class?
Nope.
Okay. And then it'll take its great axe off of its back. And then that is their turn. Now it's Mia's turn.
I will fire. Is he within range of me to fire my bow?
He should be. The bows have a longer range than javelin.
Yeah. Alright, let's give it a go. Hang on.
Okay. It.
Don't forget your D4.
Yeah.
Ah!
So 11.
Yep.
That misses, unfortunately. Sorry, I write down their stuff again. Okay. Buzak.
Well, I don't have anything as far as range goes, but I'm thinking, can I go here?
You could probably pick up the javelin that the orc threw and missed with.
Would that also be an option?
Yes. Well, I mean, you have a javelin.
I don't think I did.
No, you don't. That's right. You had an axe and you have a.
Yeah, I picked up 2 melee weapons as like a dingus.
So where were you saying you were there to begin with?
I was right here, and then so I was saying if I can move there, but if I can pick up that javelin, would that count as a bonus action?
If you're describe it for me, and if you make it sound cool, I'll say it's a bonus action.
So I start trucking, grab the javelin, stop on a plant foot to try and like chuck it.
Okay. So you're stopping there.
Yeah.
Let's see, one,
So it's
two,
like
three, four, five. You'll have to roll at disadvantage because he is just out of reach of the javelin throw.
All right. So how do I roll that?
So on your sheet, you'll see a toggle for advantage, non-disadvantage. It's near the
Okay.
top.
All right.
Right
I
above
put
your
on
AC.
to disadvantage.
Yeah.
Now what am I rolling to throw that javelin?
You're going to make a range attack. So
Okay.
roll your dex, not dex save, just your dex.
Dex.
You should be proficient.
Yeah. So that is a 6 plus 2 is 8. No, it just goes right over his head.
Plus the D4. Plus the D4.
Oh yeah, D4.
Oh, plus the D4. Let's do this. Yeah.
Ogma, guide you.
It's close, but still misses.
No. Well, did I at least piss him off?
Yeah, you made him mad.
All right, that's fine.
I hope he throws it back.
Yeah.
Daedalus, your turn.
Oh, well, if I must, I will come down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will come down here beside my good friend Buzak.
Nice.
And I'm going to hit the orc that we've all been throwing arrows and javelins at with Sacred Flame. Which I don't believe I have to roll to hit. I think you have to roll a dexterity saving throw. Yes, dexterity saving throw, DC 13.
Alright, coming right at you. Oh, I'm on disadvantage. Well, it would have been... Still missed.
He takes 2 points of damage as fire-like radiance descends down from Ogma's holy chair to immolate that poor orc.
Alright. He kind of reacts like almost, he's like freaking out because he's lit up, and it kind of blinds his dark vision a little bit. Hey, all right, it is Mercer's turn.
So Mercer starts burying himself in a bunch of small rocks, and Mullen rolls his one good eye at him and says, "Oh, those pebbles suit you, Mercer. You're certainly not getting any bolder."
This is why I travel with you, melancholy.
And
All right.
that'll be his turn.
Okay, Scrawler, it's your turn.
Alright, let's see.
I actually think the orcs go
Scrawler
after Scrawler.
is going to move. Can I get past those three, or am I stuck in behind them?
No, you can move through them.
Okay, cool.
I'll let you pass.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, easily made it. Scrawler's gonna go to here and throw a dart at this. We'll do it. This fellow here.
Okay.
Where they?
Don't forget your
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Get that heads-up display.
Scrawler.
Oh, sorry, that was me. I was checking the dart.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Scrawler's eyes kind of like light up with the green light, and he adjusts his aim slightly as he throws the dart.
Okay, well, here's the bad news for you. The range on a dart is 20 feet. You can still throw it within 60 feet, but it's going to be with disadvantage, so you have to roll again.
Ow. Alright, disadvantage. Where's the dart? Okay, it looks. Yep. I think I'm still. Oh,
Well, no. I would say these are definitely higher, so the 11 was still lower. With that 4, still hits. So you did 4 damage.
Yep. And that's it.
Okay. right.
Good show, Scrawler. Good show.
Scroller like kind of blinks as and waves his hand away as the green light fades.
Okay. This orc is going to swing at Scrawler.
Oh, I thought it was me for a sec.
It's a miss.
Yep.
Scroller ducks out of the way. No.
This one is going to attack Buzak.
Ooh, that did not hit.
Oh, all right. Now it's Mullen's turn.
So, question is, this is still difficult terrain?
Where you're standing at is, it's not here,
This one in front of us?
Right.
Here?
but it will count as 5 for your first step, I think.
Okay. So I think I can move that far.
Okay.
It's this one that was injured before?
Yes.
Okay, so Mullen points at him and says, "The bell tolls for thee today, orc." And you can kind of hear the faint sound of a dolorous bell ring in the background. He'll cast Toll the Dead.
Okay.
Any day he'll do that. So that actually, that's a saving throw. So the orc saves against a DC of 14.
Sure.
With,
Can you link it in the chat so the viewers can
Yeah.
see? Okay. Ooh.
Ooh.
Jeez.
That's a critical hit.
Yeah.
yeah, except it's not an attack roll, so
Yeah,
It
no,
doesn't work.
it's a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Right. I need to fix that. You said 14?
yeah.
Fail.
So he takes a D12 damage since he's been injured.
Okay. So you want to say the 6, or you want to roll that again?
Yeah, I'm not understanding the rolls here.
It's because it's crit, it doubled the damage.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I guess. Just
So
take the
it's
six.
1d8 necrotic. So the other one's a 1d12.
Yeah,
Because
so
he
it's the
did.
six.
Yeah. All right.
Takes 6 damage.
Fix that too. All right. So 6 damage. Mia, you're up.
Can I get behind this orc?
Yes. Get there.
All right. I'm gonna stab him in the back.
All right. Go ahead and. All right. You do stab in the back, and it goes down. I'm just going to test this button again, see if it fixed it. There.
Nice.
So the first one's the D8, the second one's the D12. Roll 20 is so cool. Buzak.
You're good.
I'm gonna stick with all reliable, and I'm gonna axe the orc in front of me.
Well, you're still rolling at
Oh,
disadvantage.
yeah, that was I rolled it with disadvantage.
Oh,
Can
you
I
still
reroll
hit.
that?
No, you still hit. It's fine.
Alright.
But go ahead and hit 9 on that, and he takes 11 damage.
Yeah, but I'm also gonna make it a divine smite. Let's finish this guy off.
Okay, and I did add that to your attack sheet, so you roll a die for you.
All right, I think.
You should see it there. No,
Did I
on
do
the,
it?
on the front
Where?
where your attacks are.
Standard.
Where your axe
On
is.
the core page.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see it.
There you go. Wow. And he goes down.
Nice. I didn't even have to use my hunter's mark as a bonus action.
Very nicely
I
done,
mean,
Buzak.
you could do the guard, well, as if he's in range.
I don't think he is yet. Thank you, friend. I practiced that one. See, Scrawler, you should You should pay attention to our close friend here.
And this orc's just kind of, he's moved up. You can see him now.
He's probably like, "Hey guys, look at this bird. Oh, guys, guys."
One, two.
Scroller points at Buzak. Kill. Kill.
Yes, kill, Scrawler, kill.
Stupid.
And I'm gonna hit that guy up there in the tower with a sacred flame.
Okay. And that was deck save.
Yep.
I think you saved that
he's
one, yeah.
The fire of Ogma comes down and he dives out of the way.
I'm gonna say Mercer's probably out of combat now. Is that what you're doing with him?
Yeah, we'll just decide that Mercer is hiding.
Okay. Scrawler.
For purpose of moving it along.
Is there like a door at the bottom of that tower?
Yes, there is. It's right here.
Just bring... I guess they'll just walk 40 feet, run 40 feet to get closer. So 5, 10,
Right here.
40, there we go. And that'll be it.
You can actually double move as your action if you want to get up
Oh,
to the
yeah.
door. You can get inside.
Yeah, okay. So, Scroller makes it to the door. I'm not going to go in.
Okay.
You're just going to, yeah.
Alright. Mullen. Oh wait, the orc disappeared. Hold on, he's there somewhere. To the... Oh, no, go back. Okay, there we go. Mullen.
So is the orc visible to me, or is he in the building?
No, he is on top between the two. You can see him.
Okay, so I can see him. So Mullen will move. If he can move. And I think I may be out of range for Toll the Dead, so I'll cast Shield Touch.
Okay.
So he points at the orc and says, "There's no way you can hide that I can't grab you."
Well, that does hit.
Only 3 damage.
Let's see. Cannot. Throw javelins because you guys are too far away. So it's going to move back a little. Mia?
I think we
we lose her?
lost.
Oh, we did, didn't we? Oh, there she is. Hey, it's your turn.
Sorry, guys. Okay. Is there any way I can climb this wall? Or is it smooth?
This one?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on, let me check. The gatehouse is 20 feet high, so you could climb it. You will need to make an athletics check.
Oh, which check?
Athletics.
Athletics. Okay.
You get a plus D4 to that too.
No, only guidance does that. Bless only affects attacks, rolls, and saves.
Yeah,
I
that's
thought it
true.
was all ability rolls.
No,
Oh.
just saving throws and attacks. So it's
Bummer
11.
City.
You could climb. I mean, you start to climb it, but you can get a feeling that it'll probably take your next turn too to get to the top.
Okay.
Do you keep going or do you drop?
No. I get back down to the ground.
Okay. So you drop, and I'll say you have half your movement left.
Which is how much? Like 15 feet?
You have 35 feet. So rounded down, 34, 17.
Yeah, so 16.
Yeah.
Right. And is that it? Is that it?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, half your speed because you're trying to move up. You can make an attack if you want. Your short bow is 80 feet.
All right. Looks like he's in range. Can I see him?
You know somebody's up there in his general direction.
Okay.
You can roll a disadvantage.
No, it's okay. I'll reach next round.
Okay. Buzak.
I think all I can do is move here. This orc guy's kind of well hidden over there. I don't
Again,
think
as an
anyone's
action, you can
banged
double
up
your
for a
move.
heal. What's that?
You can move again for your action.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna move again for my action. One, two, three. And end up here. That's 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6.
Sorry, I put a spell into the chat. I was just trying to look at it.
That's right.
You okay, Rob?
No.
Daryl, I've got D&D Beyond open in my other tab, so I can look at my spells.
Yeah.
Daedalus, it's your turn.
Oh, it is my turn. Can I see him?
Yes.
Then I'm going to hit him with Sacred Flame. He gets no benefit from cover versus Sacred Flame. I just have to be able to see him. And he has to roll a Dexterity saving throw.
1 second.
Oh, you slippery little orc.
Scrawler.
Okay.
So going in, you see a ladder. Should probably turn this. And this tower is excuse me. It's 40 feet. Oh wait, it's 20 feet. 20-foot ladder.
Okay. You can make it up and still make an action. Sweet. So 5.
Make
20.
a athletics check for me to see how fast you get up there. Or if
Okay.
you slip or anything.
Go, get him, Scrawler.
Oh, I'm running disadvantage.
I'll take it off and roll it again. And then don't forget your D4. Well, that was a skill check. Never mind. It doesn't do D4.
Yeah, I can't default that anyway.
So 9. I'll say you can get to the top. Take that out. Let me do this. Front.
I guess I'll just do myself there for now.
There you go. It's his turn. He's going to come up and hit you with his great axe.
Scroller just did a little sidestep.
All
No.
right. Mullen. The orc has step forward, so you can see him now.
I can?
You can, yes.
Perfect.
Should be
So,
in space.
As Mullen passes Daedalus, he teases him a little. Seems the fires of Ogma's knowledge is not burning so brightly today, Daedalus? And he points at he points up at the orc, and the bell tolls again, and he'll cast Toll the Dead.
The day is still quite young, Mullen.
And that was wisdom, correct?
Yes. Thinking wisdom save is a good one for me against orcs.
All right, you guys are now out of initiative.
Marvelously done, Mullen. Marvelously done. And I'll pat him on the back.
Scroller just kind of like looks at the floor, having made all the effort to get up there as quickly as possible, only for the orc to hear a bell and die. Stupid. Stupid.
The death comes for all of us. I merely hastened it.
Scroller just kind of like walks out a bit dejected.
All right. Oh, some ominous music.
I don't think we've won yet. Not one bit.
Okay. So,
Grayson, come here, buddy.
So Mullen will try and investigate the camps to try and discover what he can about the orcs or their numbers.
Daedalus is taking inscriptions of the carvings and other things on the shrine itself, so like putting paper up against and doing like charcoal rubs and stuff.
sure.
Scroller is just giving himself some moral support by cuddling the Almirage.
All right. So, you guys, are you progressing to the shrine?
Unwillingly, but yeah.
Mullen was investigating the two camps, like where the orcs were.
Yeah. I mean, they've just set up camp here. These are fresh camps.
Okay.
Which does anyone go with Mullen while he's studying? Any of the Buzak or Mia?
I would.
Scroller goes over to Daedalus and takes out his calligraphy tools and immediately starts forging all of the inscriptions on the walls for Daedalus
Okay.
with perfect copy because of Kenku's forgery.
That is quite spectacular, my new friend. Thank you.
And I am gonna be best examining like the outer walls, just like confirming. Like I don't want to believe myself, but I know where I am, sort of deal.
Okay.
See if I see anything.
Well, the campfires, again, they're fresh. You can tell with that roll that the orcs haven't been here maybe but a 10-day, which is a week in Faerun.
Yeah.
It kind of lines up. If you say anything to Mia, she may have information about that. But they're fresh. They haven't been here long.
Mullen will turn to Mia and says, "Looks like they've been here about a 10-day. I don't think any of them died before I showed up. Or we showed up, I suppose."
Scroller starts just handing off papers to Daedalus.
I take them greedily into my scroll case.
Since I went off with him, do I roll an investigation check as well?
You can
Or
if
does
you
it
want.
matter?
But he's giving you information.
Okay.
This lines up with what's been happening. What you heard before you
She's
left
no
town.
chance.
That the orcs have come down from the Sword Mountains
Making a mess of things.
because their home is uprooted. The dragon.
Scroller then wanders over to here. Is there a door here?
Yes, there's a
that you
door there.
can- Scroller just kind of checks, gives it a slight nudge to see if it's open.
It's already cracked open. So, and when you're looking at it, you can see also we approach the belfry tower. Let me remove this stuff.
Oh, that's slick.
Do you like that?
I like that. That's cool.
That's very slick. Scroller looks over at Mia. Go in.
All right,
Make
I'll
sure they
walk
can see
over
that on the
with
stream.
Scrawler.
I think that's a wonderful idea, Scrawler. The treasure is hiding in plain sight, they said, and I want to see if there's any records that the abbot or the seer priest left over in their lodgings.
I'm sneaking, by the way.
Okay.
I'll follow.
Oh, your guys' bless probably wears off at this point too.
And then peek around the corner.
Well, let me describe this room that you're in first.
Yeah.
So you see rows of crumbling pillars supporting the 40-foot-high vaulted ceiling of the hall. You do see humanoid bones littering the dusty floor. And there's a 10-foot square hole in the ceiling that leads to the belfry. Currently, no rope hangs from the bell, which appears to be made from an untarnished copper.
I wonder if perhaps they hid the treasure in the bell, since it's untarnished. I'll sort of look up and peer and ponder.
Okay. These
getting
doors
curious.
are closed, Mia and
Pardon?
Buzak.
Oh, it's closed?
Know what type of treasure they usually hide in a bell, Daedalus? A ring, of course.
Oh, no.
Jolly good show, good man. And I'll smack him on the back again.
You guys know what I think of doors.
I think perhaps we should open one door at a time. But I'm old-fashioned like that.
Ooh, my son just cut out.
I got a door in front of me, DM, and my old habits are starting to pop up.
Scroller kind of like moves a bit closer to Buzak and just kind of watches him closely.
So, Mullen will investigate the bell.
All right. You'll need to get up there to really get a look at it.
Okay. So Mullen picks up Mercer and tosses him up into the bell.
All right.
And then he'll close his eyes, and I think I'm allowed to see through Mercer's senses.
Yes, that's correct.
Melvin, would you prefer if I tossed him?
Yeah. I don't know. This rat Mercer, he can't roll very well.
Just,
We love you, by the way.
Not to be critical.
Make a ranged attack at the bell, just to see
Sure.
how close you get.
That's on my character sheet, I take it?
Just a
Sort of.
dex throw.
Well, I'll pretend I'm using my dagger. How's that?
oh no.
Ooh, no.
Poor Mercer.
So you throw, but you didn't give it enough because it's 40 feet. He goes up a little bit, kind of arcs a little in the air, and then Mercer comes down with a thud on the ground.
I'll try to catch him.
Okay. Make a dex saving throw.
Oh, Mercer, maybe I shouldn't try, but we'll see how it goes. A dex saving throw. Oh.
I guess he's now flat, Mercer.
Yeah. Since Mercer only had 1 hit point, he disappears with a splat.
Oh, it takes so long to call him back. He should just die like everything else.
Apologies, Mullen.
Yeah. Don't apologize to me.
I'm gonna stand here.
Nothing's familiar to him.
I see 2 doors. One of them has to go. Which door, Scrawler? Which door?
The lack of tarnish on this bell makes me curious. I wonder if there's magic at work.
That's what I'm wondering too. Good man.
Is there a way
I could try to detect whether any incantations have been placed upon it. It would take me about 10 minutes to perform the right rituals.
Scrawler walks up to Melon and just kind of looks him right in the eye and says, "Magic.
Could I
Fight."
Sorry, what? I missed
Magic.
that.
Flight. Flight?
Oh, the only thing that I can fly is things unto their rest.
Squirrel looks visibly disappointed as he walks away dejected. Alas, he will not fly today.
No, place the level spell, sorry.
AC, you had a question?
Yeah, could I use divine sense on this bell if it's a nice bell? If it's got any weird like hocus pocus on it?
Well, it only detects good and evil.
Do any demons live up there?
Yeah. So you have 3 doors here, and you have a hole in the ceiling. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna kick down this middle door and try and open it.
Oh, the middle door. Okay.
Squirrel moves behind him, prepared for the worst.
Mia, you're leaning towards that door. Are you doing anything with that? Is she muted?
I think you're muted.
Do you want me to roll a strength for that door thing?
Well, I'm looking to see if it's open or not. I'll go ahead and make a strength.
Sure thing.
Okay. You push on them, and they do give. They're a little heavier, but they weren't locked or anything.
Alright, so I'm going right in there.
This room. Mia, do you want to do anything? You're muted.
Is this door open? Or
Yeah, it's cracked open.
okay. I'm gonna swing it open and peek in.
Okay. So let me start with her room, and then I'll go to the one at the bottom there. This is... Alright, so you see 6 beds with moldy mattresses. In the corner, there's a remains of a shattered table and 6 shattered chairs. There is an exit here. Here, the wall was collapsed there. And then there's a soot-stained fireplace containing a rusty cauldron hanging in a spit, or from a spit.
I'm gonna look inside the cauldron.
So Mullen will follow Mia since nobody accompanied her, at least as far as the door.
Sorry, I'm trying to bring you guys to the front because the. There. There's nothing in the cauldron. It's empty. You kind of get it, the sense that this is like guest chambers.
Okay, I'm satisfied.
Okay.
I
Into
get the
the
sense that we split the party.
other room. 6 stone pillars brace the vaulted ceiling of this temple, the floor of which is buried under a thick layer of dust. Also covered in dust are 4 humanoid skeletons in tattered priestly vestments, laying near a stone altar situated in an alcove under 4 narrow windows, which is actually right there. You can't see it. It's right here. Carved into the front of the altar is a humanoid eye.
I'm gonna go to that eye.
I would like to investigate the altar as well.
Okay.
As we're scrolling. uh,
You want me to roll a religion check, Rob?
If you want. What is Scrawler doing, and what's Buzak doing?
Scroll is investigating the altar. I think so is
Where
Buzak.
did Buzak
Yeah.
go? I don't see his token.
It's
Buzak
probably
went- Went straight for the eye.
Oh, I see. All right, so you made religion. Is that investigation check AC for the altar?
Yeah, like in the eye.
Okay. Since you rolled the highest, you touch the eye, and then Daedalus and Scrawler, you see that his eyes kind of go back into his head. Buzak, you get a vision. You start to float through the roof of the shrine, and you're soaring through the air, and the air gets colder and icier, and there's a snowstorm. You're heading towards, it looks like a hold on the top of a mountain. And there you see a white dragon asleep on the fortress's rooftop. And then you come
After-
back.
Keep going.
No, you come back to your body.
We should have been here. The dragon. Do you remember the dragon Scrawler? We saw it fly.
Yes.
Heard it fly.
Scroller kind of looks at the door to leave at the mention of the dragon.
Well, I just saw it. I think I saw it.
Scroller takes 2 steps to the exit.
Gentlemen, if there was a dragon here, we would clearly know.
Well, we saw one, and I just, well, we didn't get a good look at it first, but we heard it, and I think what I just saw, I believed it. It's in the mountains.
Dragon. Scroller
Yeah.
just takes a couple more steps backwards, looking at the door.
I don't suppose any of you want to fight a dragon for treasure, do you?
No.
Dragons have wonderful treasure, but I would rather converse with them to ask them what it's like being a dragon.
No.
Daedalus
Tell me
and
something.
Buzak, make a perception check for me.
And then Buzak, can you help me with something?
Perfect.
I have a theory.
You both notice there is, at the altar's base, that doesn't quite touch the floor, there's some stone rollers built into it.
That was my theory. I was going to ask Buzak to help me move the altar because plain sight and there's an eyeball on it. What do you say, chum? You want to roll this thing back and see what's down there?
Let's do it.
No roll necessary. You two start to push it, and it pushes 3 feet to the south, revealing an unlocked wooden coffer tucked inside a 1-foot square cavity in the floor.
Is this the treasure?
Growler, I think I found some treasure.
Treasure? And Squall forgets all about the dragon and runs over to see what the treasure is.
When you approach, you see a wooden coffer tucked inside a cavity in the floor.
Small.
Can we
Small
remove it
box.
out of the hole?
Yes.
Squall takes like 4 steps back before you grab it. Greed
I
is
peek
good.
into the door. Yeah, I peek into the door and I say, "Don't do anything stupid."
Greed's good.
So who's grabbing the box?
I will grab the box.
Okay.
I'll help him.
It's very light. It's small. It's only in a wood foot. It's like a shoebox size.
Is it locked?
It's unlocked.
Well, I'll watch his back.
I'm going to channel my divinity,
Okay.
and I'm going to gain proficiency in trap finding.
Sure.
And I'm going to search for traps. Because Agma will not let me be devoured by a mimic.
You shouldn't forget to use Ogma's guidance on yourself.
Okay, can I use guidance on myself?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can.
Oh, I will use guidance on myself then, and I will search for traps.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. There's no trap.
Cool. I will open the chest.
Okay.
will mark
Inside,
off my
you
channel divinity for the
see
day.
57 gold pieces and a key. The key itself, there is a question mark that's worked into the head of the key. Other than that, this looks like a normal key.
Well, there's no knowledge in this box, but this key might be useful for us. Do you folks need gold? And I'll sort of gesture to the bag for them.
Scroller immediately walks forward and makes ding 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 noises.
I'll toss him the bag of gold.
Okay.
Scroller Scroller is a happy Kenku.
There, Scrawler, you got your treasure. Now let's go
Treasure?
find a warm, tasty meal. And get out of here.
Yes.
And I'm gonna walk out the room to join the others.
Buzak, we need to figure out what this key goes to.
Can Mullen make a religion check to try and determine what deity this altar was dedicated to?
Sure.
Sorry, 1 sec. Ooh, that's not good. I'm guessing I don't know.
No.
Oh, Mullen, this is a shrine to Savras, right? We knew that.
No, that explains it. No decent funerary rites there. Just stick 'em in the ground.
Well, and you know that it would be okay for us to take this treasure because she's the god of divination, so clearly she knew we would take it.
Yeah, she probably knows when you'll die, too.
But what about this key? Is this key?
Can I investigate the key?
You can roll Arcana if you'd like.
Oh, I will
I'm
roll
good at that.
Arcana. I'm good at that too.
Well,
I'm as
you
good at
thought.
Arcana as as Mullen is at religion.
Can Mullen take a look at it as well?
Yes, you can.
Oh, you're clearly stumped, Daedalus. Give it here.
I will, as they say, stay in my lane.
I don't know why it rolled twice, but I did do better.
We'll take
at
the
least.
first one. In your studies and travels, you haven't seen too many of these, but you are aware of them. This is a mystery key. So the key has a 5% chance of unlocking any lock into which it's inserted. However, they are known to, once they've unlocked something, the key disappears.
It's a mystery key. It's got a small chance of opening any door that it's stuck into. And then it's good. Just like everything else will be.
Oh, Chipper is always melon. Buzak, you said you had a vision of the dragon?
Yes.
Perhaps you will need this key up wherever you go to face that infernal creature.
I'm gonna pocket it involuntarily.
Scholar just laughs at the idea of finding a dragon.
Well,
Face
You
the
know,
creature.
I had considered the idea, and my vertical has gotten quite better, and I've been running faster. But yeah, I should pocket this key.
Well, the acolytes of Savras would have known that you would arrive here one day with us and would seek guidance and perhaps even have a vision. So, clearly they left this in the coffer for you.
I'm gonna pocket the key like it's my sworn duty. There's still
I just
one
walk out
room
of the
we
room.
haven't checked.
After you.
It's going to be failure, and I will be
Sorry.
Mia, do you want to try and lock, the little thing you do with your hands?
Is the door locked?
It is unlocked.
Okay. After you. It's
Uh,
open.
Alright, I'm gonna go in.
How do you enter?
But one way Buzak knows how.
All brazen like? Sorry.
Axe in hand.
We're gonna go whole hog.
Yeah.
All right. As you swing open the door, everything. Excuse me.
It's evil.
All the furnishing in this room doesn't. It's been destroyed.
Recently.
You do see some vestments traced above that are tattered, but as you enter, you hear. Change that. Where'd it go? Oh shoot! Hold on. I lost my token.
Yeah, where's the big monkey man?
Big monkey man.
It the little token that was here kind of reminded me of the monkey from Sekiro.
All right. So as you enter, you hear.
Scrawler?
Stupid.
And as you look in the direction, you see the back of a very large creature.
Oh, fuck.
Scroller peeks his head around the door, sees the back, and promptly walks back out. No.
Let me have a look. Let me see.
He's ogre it.
I'll peek around. Do I know what this creature is?
Oh yes, it's an ogre.
Ogres. Nasty piece of work.
Everyone rolls stealth who's went inside the room at one point or the other.
I pick my head around. Does that count?
No,
It doesn't matter. Sorry, guys.
Oh,
Oh no.
oh no.
I have disadvantage. Do you want me to roll again?
No, I mean it's pretty.
I mean, you could get a 0 theoretically.
Yeah. So yeah.
Cue the music.
With the door slamming and the chainmail, yeah.
Oh yes, I do recognize this. It is ogre genus Orcus.
I think I see some resemblance, Daedalus. Is he a relative of yours?
Would you like me to ask him, Mullen? You know I don't know my father. That's a sensitive subject.
Oh, my father's dead. I remember his last words to me.
So
Stop shooting the ladder, you git!
this time, select your token. Hold on, let me remove everybody first. Select your token and then roll initiative. And then we'll do our fancy graphic again. Roll
Daedalus, you're doing
initiative.
such a great job.
Initiative. Where did I put that?
Why is it always the second fight that initiative disappears in my brain? Guide me, Nave. Guide me.
Top of the sheet between armor class and speed.
There we go. It's that 0 that gets me.
Man, I didn't create his sheet. It's been a week. It's alright.
Well, at least the numbers give us the kind of order.
I can add them. It is 8 minus 1. So minus 1 to that. Let me just roll. All right. He's going after Buzak. Alright, let me get back to the top of the order. So, Mia.
I don't want to get too close, so throwing knife. Ugh.
Let me go back to his sheet. Ogre.
Ogre, I hardly know her.
Your dagger just slides off his hide armor.
And I have movement now, yeah?
What's that?
I have movement still, right?
Yes, you have bonus action for cunning action if you want to hide.
I'm gonna be over here closer to the door just in case.
Okay. Mullen.
Okay. Mullen, sorry, 1 sec. Back was. Mullen will move into the room, but stay a ways back. Not that far. He points his hand at the ogre and says, "I hate an ogre achiever." And he'll cast Raven Feeble.
Where did they come from?
And a bolt of enervating energy springs from his hand towards the ogre.
Okay.
And I'll keep talking to stall while I try and get my character sheet up again.
It's working.
Cast that spell that I just said. Okay, that one's not on my list. So
Which one?
it's a range attack though. So can I I'll try it from the other page here.
I thought I added them all. I guess it didn't.
So that's the spell. Is there a way I can cast that from my spells page? Oops.
So
Okay, well, I'll just I'll roll for it's the same attack as chill touch, so
Okay.
I will just use that. Ooh, 9.
That misses, unfortunately.
Okay. Oh, damn. And that will be the end of Mullen's turn.
Okay. Scroller.
Scroller takes a deep breath and fights the urge to abandon his comrades of the gold that he still has in his pocket. And goes, stupid, and charges in to engage the ogre. And and uses his fists because he's feeling his sickle's not been working very well today.
Nice.
And follow that up
Yeah, that hits.
with. I'm going to expend a key point to use Flurry of Blows.
Nice.
So that's 2 more. So I'll just quickly roll that while I can. Da-da-da.
Both hit, so it's 11 damage. Is that your turn?
So Scroller just delivers a rain of punches on the ogre and yells at Brother Daedalus, stupid, loud orc.
I'm rather sensitive about that.
Buzak.
Buzak, fueled by inspiration of watching Scrawler unleash that fury, charges to cast Hunter's Mark on this ogre fella.
So you're using bonus action to cast it?
Yeah. And that's about it for my actions, right?
No, you make an action. Your bonus action is to cast Hunter's Mark.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna attack him too. I'm gonna hit him with a. I'm gonna hit him with an axe. And if this thing does well,
That hits. So
I'm
you
gonna
do a
divine
total
smite him,
of
too.
well, no, that was. Can you divine
Oh, that's
smite
it?
and Hunter's Mark? I don't think you can you?
Do you get 2 bonus actions around?
nah. That's what that was stopping with me from doing it.
I don't
Forgot-
think Divine Smite costs a bonus action.
It's just if you hit. What's?
I
Sorry,
would
I've
look
never
at it.
encountered that question before.
I think it stacks.
Yeah, I think it's just an ability when you make a hit on a
Yeah.
attack.
Yeah, and I think both of the bonus damages stack off.
Yeah, you just burn a spell point when you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the loss is the spell slot.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So how much damage is that? Hunter's Mark cost me a spell slot as well, so I think. Actually, no. I have to. But I think I just did a good
So
bit
hit
of
your
damage.
divine smite button.
All right.
One extra point.
And what do I get from the hunter's damage?
It was 4. It's right there.
Oh, cool.
17
it's a-
points of damage.
Yeah.
Nice. Damn it, Divine Smite. Could have been even
Ooh.
cooler.
He did not like that. He is
For me,
going
big
to
boy.
take a swing at Buzak. And make sure I got the stats here. Okay. Does a 19 hit?
It's my armor class is 19. Is that a hit?
Yes.
Yes.
Ah, cool.
Sorry, Cyberpunk got me turned around. I had to stop there for a second.
All right.
All right, it's my nature to jump in ahead of the DM because I'm a godless rules lawyer.
plus 4. Okay. Here comes the damage.
Oh no.
So he swings his great club down at you and does 15 points of damage.
Ow.
That
As if to
Cruel.
to respond to your high damage with his own.
Scroller looks to his left.
Ow.
And then that was his move. Daedalus.
Okay.
I'm going to raise my hands and I'm going to say, Ogma, guide me as next strike true. And I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt as a 2nd level spell at the ogre.
Sure.
Is there a way to make it add up to the next level spell? Because it's going to do an extra d6 damage if
Just roll another. Well, you can go into it. Dang.
I got an 8 to hit.
46. That's with the extra one, or no?
No, I got an 8 to hit.
Oh, 8
so
to hit. Sorry.
I assume.
Yeah, it's a mess.
No.
Mia. You're muted again.
All right. Is there any way I can get behind this guy, like running between his legs or anything?
Small is the thing that allows you to do that, right? I don't think she's small. Like the actual racial feet.
Yeah,
I think
she-
halflings have it.
Well, she's a child, so I would figure she's around 4.5 feet.
I think mechanically speaking, you're still not small enough to.
yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move here and fire my robe.
Okay.
Maybe Ogma's listening, even though I missed with my spell.
That does hit. 6 damage. Do anything else?
There's not much else I can do right now.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Mullen. You're muted.
Mullen reaches into his component pouch and says, "Maybe I need a fresher toe's foot." And then he points at the ogre and says, "If I miss again, I'll be an emotional Shrek." And then again, the
What?
enervating energy jumps out of his hands and goes towards the ogre, and he'll cast Brave Enfeeblement again.
All right.
And I'll do that now. Oh, crit this time.
Oh, dang. All right.
Too bad it doesn't do damage. So just in case you needed a reminder what that does,
Yes.
I will throw it on up there. So the target deals only half damage with weapon attacks that use strength until the spell ends.
Okay. Awesome. That's
And
handy.
it is a concentration spell.
So half damage. Okay.
And then Mullen will move to the corner, like a cornered rat.
Sure. Scroller.
That'll be the end of the turn.
Alright, Scroller goes into changes stance and raises talons for a flurry of kicks, starting with this one. Ah, yes! And I use my last key point to follow that up with 2 more. Well, I can have to keep moving around.
Boom!
Windows.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Both hit. So that's 6, 11, 15 points of damage. Is that your turn?
Yep, that's it. That's all I got.
Buzak.
I am question. Hunter's Mark stays up, right? Because it's on third level. I think I get
Oh,
like.
you know what? That
You
reminds
made it
me.
past.
It's concentration. Think of it. So it's 10, but if the damage is greater, is that how it works? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's DC 15 concentration save because the damage was higher than 10, so
Yeah.
it's one for each. It's
So make
difficulties.
a concentration save for me, Buzak, or a
A Constitution save.
Yes, Constitution. Well, it's still up.
Nice. So I'm gonna swing my axe at him. No fear. And I'm gonna divine smite that.
Don't forget your hunter's mark.
Oh, so you want me to hit Hunter's Mark too?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna hit them both right now.
So 8 damage, and then 3 is 11. All right. How do you take him down?
I'm gonna give my axe a mighty Thor swing, leaping up in the air and coming down and just driving that axe as far as it goes, and make sure enough blood squirts exactly all over Scotland. That's the goal with this takedown.
All
So I'm
right.
basically cutting this ogre in half.
Sure.
I don't need to say it, but I am feeling pretty big this session. I am feeling pretty good. This was great. Last
Scroll.
week I killed nobody.
Scroller looks down at his completely ruined habit and just sighs. Looks
Bloody
at
good show.
looks at Buzak.
Hungry.
Stupid.
Oh, I guess I could have.
Takes off his habit and just throws it at Buzak.
Oh, I'm sorry he didn't die the way you wanted him to, Scrawler. Thought you could say a little thank you.
Who's that? Come hither so I can heal you. You seem very, very injured by that ogre.
Yeah, I'm like hobbling to you.
Well, then
Oh.
picks up his habit and quickly puts it back on so he's not naked in the morning.
Nice. Is that a +7?
7 points. Yep.
Nice. Remind me I need to start casting on D&D and Beyond because I've been putting the spell points manually, but
Okay.
Yeah, I've been going back into D&D Beyond and like checking off my key points, so I'm completely
Yeah.
out. Scrawler reluctantly hands all 10 good berries over to Buzak.
oh, I don't. I'm gonna give him back 2 of them.
Okay.
Scrawler goes, "Wow, thanks."
Oh, you're welcome, buddy.
What do you guys suppose that ogre had tucked away in here?
Scrawler kind of sidesteps the ogre and takes a few steps outside to examine the ogre's camp to see if there's anything there.
Lots of bones, humanoid animals.
Anything useful?
There's like one orc that tried to come across the courtyard and didn't last. But no, nothing useful.
What's in this room, Rob, that the ogre was in?
It was the pre-seer sanctuary, but all the furnishings in that area have been destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a fireplace there.
Mullen seems extremely interested in the ogre's corpse. He will investigate it, but he kind of fawns over it and says, "Imagine the amount of embalming fluid it would take to preserve this."
I take
Keep
out
your
this,
family in business for many, many years.
I take out and activate the staff and poke around in the fireplace just to see if there's anything in there.
This just set Phil. There's no, like, the other place had like a little cauldron, but this doesn't have anything.
Okay. I'll put away the staff.
So what all would you like to do?
I'm like feeling I'm feeling where I pocketed the key, where I put it away.
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid I'm starting to think the treasure is this key, which I can admit must be more than disappointing.
But yeah, because you remember the tale said that the who all stayed behind took the entire town's gold supply and brought it here.
Though the tales did say there should be plenty of gold here.
So, it could be rumor, could be whatever.
57 gold is plenty of gold.
But not enough, according to the tales. The tales said everything was taken from here. Everything they could carry. They ran and they fled. But they brought it back. Okay.
So does Mullen find anything on the ogre?
No, just it's hide armor in his club.
Well, he's still interested in this bell, so he's going to go back into the main temple and begin performing detect magic as a ritual.
Okay.
Oh yeah, how do we get up to the bell? We haven't seen any way of getting access to that area from this level. I have an idea! I'm gonna go out to that tower and see if the ladder that goes up to the top is removable.
I'm trying to remember who all has. So when you cast detect magic,
Well, it'll take 10 minutes plus one action.
right? It'll take him 10 minutes to get the ladder down.
Okay.
So for sake of brevity, you do see a glow around Buzak on his chest and his pockets. Oh, I just remembered something. Why hasn't Mia remembered something?
I do remember something. I walk over to the area. I look up. I take out the pole. I hang on to the top of the pole. I activate the pole. And hopefully that brings me up to the bell.
So she brings out this pole, but it's not magical. It doesn't have a glow. It looks very mechanical. She extends it. It does reach as tall as you want it to reach, but, it's a pole. And it's kind of flimsy in the middle if you start to climb it.
Oh. The child has no parents, no one to keep her off the pole.
Oh, no.
It looks dangerous, that's all. You could break your neck doing that.
Scroller kind of looks at the pole and hums to himself. And
I can throw you up there, Scrawler. I thought about it several times.
Stupid.
I mean, Mia, you can climb the pole. It's going to take you some time and some athletic rolls.
Scroller tells Buzak to... Well, Scroller goes, hold base. And points at Buzak.
Old what?
Base. Bottom. Pole.
All right, so I thought you said face for a second. It confused me. Well, I go and I hold the base.
And then Scroller starts to climb the pole.
Well, was Mia climbing it?
Mia... Oh, did Mia start climbing it?
Yeah, it's a little bit lighter probably too.
Okay.
Right.
No, Scroller's a bird. He's got birds.
This is true. If you want to climb it, you can climb it. I'd rather not fall and break my neck.
You'd have to be raving mad to climb that.
Where do you
I
keep
come back
all
with
those
the ladder, and
puns?
I'm like, "What are you guys doing?"
Climb it.
Mia,
I'll
make
put-
oh no, Stroller's going. Stroller, make an athletics check.
Athletics. Okay.
Oof.
Having a bad day.
Whatever you do, don't let Brother Daedalus try to catch you.
Hold on a sec. Just gonna check.
It's not the catching, Mullen. It's the
Oh,
hard
fine.
stop at the end.
Yeah, it's just
Make one more check, athletics.
I'm gonna give him guidance.
Okay,
okay.
so roll athletics and a
Athletics.
d4.
Ogma will guide you, my friend. One day you will find.
Sorry.
All right, so it takes you a little longer, but you get up there. It's not stopping you. Yeah, you do see this untarnished copper bell.
Bell.
Does detect magic reveal anything
Not
about
on
the
the
bell?
bell, no.
Okay, well,
Do you see anything
Mullen will-
inside the bell?
Actually, hold on a second. The belfry is about right. No, wait, it's right here. So,
Is there anywhere for like Scroller? If there's a belfry, is it like a platform or anything?
yeah, there's a
that Scroller
platform.
can,
Just the rope, the stuff's missing to get up there.
can
there's a
Scroller jump, like, sort of fling himself off the pole and onto the platform.
Mhm.
Do I need to roll for that?
No, you take your time. It's fine.
Alright.
It's leaning against one of the
Yeah.
floors.
So Scroller's now up in the belfry.
All right.
Is there anything there?
Roll investigation.
Oh yeah, you have such great investigation.
Just a copper, just a bell.
Bell.
What do you see up there?
You just hear, you start hearing a bell ring, but it's not the actual bell. It's something a scroll is mimicking. Ding ding.
Is anything up there ringing a bell?
Scroll then kicks the bell in response.
All right. So when you kick the bell, you notice something flicker. And looking at it closer, you can see that your claw had scraped the surface, and now there's copper paint that's peeling off the bell. And what was there is gold underneath.
Oh. Scroller kind of scratches his head trying to think of how to communicate this. And he has an idea. Scroller starts making bell noises and then drops a single gold coin down to the others. Ding, 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 ding. And then starts scraping more of the copper off of the bell.
Either the bell's made of gold or he thinks it's a wishing well.
I've gotten to know Scrawler. He only makes that face when there's gold involved, or a treasure at the
Yeah.
least.
Everyone down below, make perception to see if you can see why he's doing what he's doing.
Mullen has the observant feat. He has a passive perception of 21. Does that help him at all?
Yeah,
I think.
I got a nat 20 on my perception check.
yeah. Both you and Daedalus, you can see what's going on. He's unpeeling paint from the bell.
So I roll an 11.
It looks, and actually, little flakes are coming down as he's scraping it off, kind of floating down from the belfry. One of you can pluck it from the air, and you see it's like copper paint, like a flake of it.
Scrawler, how is the bell affixed up there?
Scroller kind of looks to see what's keeping the bell in place. Is it a rope or a chain or?
It hangs from an iron fixture bolted to a wooden crossbeam.
Scroller takes out his sickle and yells down below, "Move away!"
Don't do anything stupid.
I'm going outside and looking around the corner.
Yeah, I'm getting out of here.
And Scroller starts hacking at the wooden crossbeam above him.
Okay. Doing that would take some time. Does anyone have any tools that would be handy?
I think I do, but I'm all the way down here.
Sure would help if you had a great axe.
I have an axe, but I think I also have I have construction worker tools. Let me go look.
Can I hack at that thing?
I have wood carver's tools.
And I've got tinker tools, which
No one has carpenter's tools or smith's tools.
No, they were too expensive.
Mullen has the carpenter's skill, but I don't know if he has carpenter's tools.
Okay.
If anybody has them, I can be proficient with any skill or tool.
I don't think anyone has it.
I have a tinderbox if you want to light it on fire.
Oh my.
Yeah, so does Scroller.
But that's, desecrating a shrine.
Ooh, here's one thing I want to do though. Scroller will stop hacking away at the crossbeam and tie a rope to the crossbeam and safe and just kind of make his way back down.
Okay.
So it's a bit easier to
Take my
climb
pole
up.
back.
And then Scroller goes up to Buzak and says, "Axe!" Axe? And kind of holds out his hands.
I have a hand axe I could throw him.
Yeah, I think Buzak has something a little better.
So, while all this is going on, Mullen has his detect magic up for 10 minutes. So
Okay.
he's going to give the belfry a wide berth, but he'll do a little tour of the area just to see if there's anything magical that shows up in his detect magic that's not actually held by someone.
Well, the altar gives off an aura.
We've already discovered what that does.
Right.
Does Buzak give him Scroller his axe?
yeah.
Mullen, can you do that thing where you can where mages can lift stuff up? Can you take the axe up there?
We came down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Scroller tied some rope to the top and just kind of made his way back down so he can get back up easily.
Alright, I'm gonna give him my axe.
Yeah,
Alright,
let's bring a ladder.
know how to swing this.
The ladder doesn't get up high enough. The Scroller climbs back up. Do I have to roll again with the axe in his back?
Well, you're not proficient in this type of weapon, but go ahead and make a couple of whacks at it with disadvantage. It's a strength.
Okay. Try to find my sheet again. Disadvantage. Is it just straight strength?
Yeah.
That's one. And that's two.
Do one more. All right. Well, What's the damage on that, Buzak?
On my axe?
Yes.
Damage on it. Ooh, I just.
So
It's 1d8 plus
1d8.
4 slashing.
So 1d8 plus your strength on all three of
Yeah.
those, Scrawler.
1d8 plus strength. Advanced dice roller. Yeah, strength modifier, right? So that's 2. So 1, 2, 3.
I would say that's adequate enough. Buzak. Make me a dexterity save, please. The bell frees itself and starts to fall. A whole 3 foot wide, 50-pound bell. And you actually get out of the way.
And I look at Scrawler for the first time in our whole relationship. Like I could eat you right now. Like the dragonborn in me is pouring out.
Scroller looks down and then says, "Move."
No. You know what to say about yourself. Say it.
You hear Scroller cackling from above as he comes back down the rope and gives
Sure.
Buzak
I'm
his
gonna-
axe back.
Can I should I do an investigation? I'm gonna check out this bell as soon as it falls. Any like cool markings or things I might know
Nope.
that go along with the tail.
It looks as though the seers had melted down the gold and created a bell with it.
They took their prized possessions and created a warning symbol
If
with it.
anyone who wants to kind of appraise this bell, they can make an intelligence check for me. Just
I'll
straight
do that.
intelligence.
The irony is Scroller's got terrible intelligence.
I really dig the story with this little temple. This has been neat out.
Oh, brother Daedalus, what's wrong with you?
Mullen has an intelligence of 18. He rolls a 6.
Ogma has abandoned me.
Dang, guys.
All right, I can do it. Let me try it.
We're so clever.
Wow.
Yes, we're all.
You imagine it's worth quite a bit of gold. Now, the problem is you're going to have to get it to your wagon. Or your
I
cart.
give them a C plus for bell construction, but I am grading on a curve.
Well, I look at Daedalus. You look strong. You think we can carry this back to our camp?
I am more than happy to assist in the carrying of this bell.
So we can carry it back to the cart and get some food.
How far is the cart? Did we not bring the cart with us?
No, they just kept it at the camp.
Does that make you toll bearers?
Ha!
I would say with this adventure and carrying this, the two of you, back to the camp,
Yeah.
will probably take a greater part of the rest of the day. But once you arrive, you can break camp together, share a meal,
Mia's gonna set a hunting trap.
and decide how you're going to split this once you sell it, or if you're not going to sell it, if you're going to put it in a museum.
I'm picturing them all just like eating a chicken leg with Scrawler watching and said, "So what are we gonna do with this thing?"
Scroller just kind of looks at the bell and shrugs. He's never had a hole.
If we break it into pieces, they're not gonna believe. I think they won't believe us that it was a giant bell. I think there's more value in it altogether, you know. That's character.
Yes.
There's no way we're gonna slide this to the door to that guy that Mia's always paying. Well, getting paid from.
Scroller.
No, you would take it probably to
echoes.
the mining exchange.
To the dwarves?
Yeah, they'll probably want to melt it down into gold coins instead of, it's kind of hard to spend a bell. Unless you're...
It's better than those gnomes. Those gnomes. Those gnomes. They had bad morals, those gnomes. Fine, let's take it to the dwarves. We could carry in the cart. Maybe they'll give us some better stones this time.
Neverwinter?
Yes.
Mandolin.
Let's
Yeah,
take the.
Fandolin's your town.
We're gonna. But should we? What about the cart? Are we just gonna keep this thing, or are we gonna drop it off?
Yeah, you still had one more.
Yeah, we still have one place to go.
And we're gonna need this cart to carry this giant bell, unless you two want to join us all the way to the dwarves.
Well, the mining exchange is actually ran by this woman. I can't remember her name off the top of my head. She's
I'm
not
gonna say
a
it went
dwarf.
with the barbarian who thought
there were-
it was a minor
You took the- yeah.
exchange.
You took the gems to her.
yeah.
Ah.
Give me a
It
moment,
sounds
I'll
like a
tell you.
minor inconvenience.
Scroller kind of pipes up and says, "Finish job, then sell bell."
Fine, that's good. I can use the carry, but dinner's on you. For the rest of our time, Scrawler, you owe me dinner.
And what does Brother Daedalus and Melancholy do?
Scroller throws his two good berries. Buzak, dinner.
Well, Mullen, what do you say? Do you want to continue on with these fine folks to help them sell their bell, or should we go off to our next adventure looking for more knowledge and secrets?
Oh, I'm just here to teach you the futility of your cause, Daedalus. I'll go wherever you go.
Well, I'm sorry, my friends, but duty calls. We have a lovely consortium near Fandolin that we have to go and educate on the intricacies of subterranean fungonoid agriculture.
Maybe we'll see you back in town when you're finished our quest.
We would be more than happy to cross paths with you once more.
It was an honor sharing the battlefield with you. Do be safe.
I'm sure we'll see you again before you die.
I don't like you.
None of it matters in the end, does it, Buzak?
I'm gonna walk away.
All right.
I'm gonna start pushing Mullen away and just say, Ogma, keep his eyes on you and may your curiosity never be satiated.
Who's that guy?
Yes.
Well, Mia, you're gonna help me do the heavy lifting. So come on, chop chop. We're gonna go drop off this cart and then try and carry this giant bell. You wanna go drop off the cart?
Yeah, let's do the cart first. We'll worry about the bell later.
All right. So we'll be heading to the loggers camp next week. Thank you to our guests tonight. You guys were amazing.
Thank you for having us. It was a whole lot of fun playing with you guys tonight.
Man, this has been so good because it's like each time we have a guest, they've been like, "Oh my god, this guest was amazing." There's no way the next two are gonna be like just as good. And I'm like, it's continuing, you know. Today was awesome. I really liked that. Everyone's had really like diverse roles, so I really enjoyed it.
And everyone leveled this week, I believe.
Yes, we
Interesting.
did.
And I,
Hey, good for you
I
guys.
have plans.
Big level.
Because you guys didn't level last week, right?
Yeah.
No, we didn't.
I think this is fourth.
Yeah,
That's correct.
the big four.
Ability score increases. Feats. 4 is a
Oh,
big
yeah.
level.
They've been shopping for feats. And
Yeah.
I've already got know exactly what I'm doing.
Every week I have a plan, but then when it comes to decision, I completely change it.
sorry, I'm posting a thing. There we go. All right.
Uh,
Well, thank you all for joining us who tuned in.
Thank you, chat.
The replay of this will be on Facebook on Saturday at noon. Again, thank you to our wonderful guests. You guys
So
are,
much fun.
yeah, you guys are great.
Thank you so much for having us.
And
it
I
was a
dropped the
blast.
Discord link in chat. So if you guys want to join an awesome community, we actually pull players from the community for our shows. So we'd love to meet you.
Join me,
And-
geek.
Yep,
I'm doing interviews for Curse of Strahd.
that's right.
So get in touch with me. I'll be running people through the vampire-infested moors of Barovia in a couple of weeks. It's going to be spooky.
And not to take away from your game, but I too will be doing interviews for Descent into Avernus and Star Wars, the Fantasy Flight Games role-playing game. So a lot of things happening at Geek Unleashed.
Yay!
And then Mondays, Heroes Incorporated with our DM Alexander. And Tuesday, we're going to continue with Cyberpunk Red Jumpstart with Nathan and me.
Yes.
And yeah, and then again on Thursday for D&D. So we hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, everybody. Hope you had fun. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good night, everyone.